Hey guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Property. I'm your host, Drip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all drip ecosystem related projects. And in today's video, as promised, I told you I was going to give you a breakdown on the volume and why it's the single most important factor for pumping the drip price, and give you a real comparison to a project that I've already compared on this channel, but letting you see what the numbers look like when we get that kind of positive sentiment in the drip ecosystem. So what I've done here is put out the weekly chart on the actual buy and sell side, so it's easier to see. So you can see these weekly candles basically, and then put the same exact chart with the volume because it's so hard to see the volume down here by itself. And you're gonna understand like how this drives positive price action and negative, of course. So when you don't have enough positive sell volume and you have more negative negative volume, then you end up with negative price action. Now remember, this is not the native DEX, so this is only on PancakeSwap, which is a reflection of the arbitrage done from the buys on the native DEX, which pump the price, and then typically people will buy from PancakeSwap and sell on the native DEX until it flattens out. So anyway, let's go back to August. Just starting there because there's no sense going any further back. This is right when we started to break the $5 floor of drip. So you see in June we were 10, and then come July, right down here at the bottom, that last week of July, we got to 480. But if you look at these three green candles in a row, that represents 3 weeks, July 25th all the way through August 8th. Now, when we look at the volume on the same time frame, July, where are we? July 25th. So that's the first positive green candle. So you see we're up here at the $1.37 million. I'm sorry, $1.5 million of volume came into drip during that week. Now that's with drip being around a $5 price. That's crazy, right? So that's 300,000 drip at $5. At $1.5 million at 25 cents. I don't even feel like doing the numbers, but you get the point. It would buy a lot more drip. So we are capable of doing those numbers. And then we had 712,000 positive, and then 900, another million almost. So you're looking at, what is that? 1 plus 1.5, 2.5 plus 7. So about $3.25 million over the course of 3 weeks came into drip. And that's how we saw this. So this was including sells. The sells didn't outweigh the buys. So we had a positive week performance up here and went all the way back up to $9. So we were at a low of $5 or $4, $4.80, $5, whatever, and all the way back up to a 2x almost, based off of essentially $3 million of volume. And of course the sells are in there as well. That's what you see this sell off for coming down, because it didn't outweigh it, but we still ended up with positive price action when it was all said and done. So when you zoom out, so all of these is just negative, negative, negative. So all the sells were just coming in. There was not enough buy volume. So when you stop here at August, then you see that we had negative $500,000, negative 400,000, negative 700,000. We had a small buy of 400, but then everything else is pretty much all sell pressure, because there was not enough hope or hype to keep that alive. So as we all know, and Forex even says, people don't buy value, they buy hype. Meme coins are all about hype. Even Ray has mentioned that crypto is all about forward-looking events and speculation. So we know that that works, but we have not yet been able to capitalize on that. And that's why you see people buy the rumor, sell the news, which is perfectly acceptable, but you got to have another rumor to follow that up with. And all we've had is sell the news, sell the news, sell the news, because everything's been delayed. But what I want to get you to see, let's just move forward to more recent. Do you see the a lot less volume that's needed? So we zoom in here. Got to go super zoomed in. So we had another couple of weeks. This was the from the all-time low at 23 cents, 29 here on PancakeSwap. We went up for 2 weeks all the way to 53 cents. So almost, it was like a 3x on the native DEX and like a 2x here, 2.5x. So 13 Feb to 27 Feb. Let's take a look at that with volume so you can see what I'm talking about, because the numbers don't lie. 13 Feb. So that would be right here where we got our first pump. So before that, we had, let's zoom in here. 13 Feb. So before 13 Feb, we had $172 of sell volume. That's on the 6th. Then when we had our pump, we had 400,000 positive. So 400,000 was able to 400,000 to another 554. So another $1 million came into drip in the period of 2 weeks. And that gave drip a roughly, we'll call it a 3x off the native DEX. So remember, before we had $3 million going from 5 million to 10 million. Now we have 1 million going from 23 cents to about 75 cents. I think it even got to 94. So it was a lot higher actually. So 23 cents to 94 cents was what it reached ultimately. So we'll just call it a 4x just to round up, just to give you some Moonboy math. So 25 cents to $1. Let's just go with that, with basically $1 million of liquidity to do it. That is the power of the low price part of drip. Now it sucks, but you see that the volume, the money is in the community. And not only is the money here in the community, it's in crypto. Like this bear market narrative I've been digesting, it's BS, because the money's here, and anybody here right now, they are here to make money. That's why memes are getting hype right now. They're not here to accumulate. They're not here to sit on the sidelines. They are gamblers. The ones that are here to accumulate are just playing in Bitcoin. That's it. So you see the Bitcoin price doing its sideways price action. But the rest that are in the DeFi space, that are in Ethereum, yeah, they're accumulating some blue chips, but they're trying to get a pump as well. So don't let that narrative fool you, because if they weren't, you would not see this volume and meme season, even if it only lasts another week or whatever, taking off like it has. Like over $1 billion has come into meme tokens in the last like 6 weeks. It's crazy. $1 billion. And we can't even get 1 million. So the money's there is my point, right? So let me drive all this home, showing you that basically it's all about volume. And now when you compare this to, I know they hate this, but Safuu, you see the volume that they are generating. So Safuu had it's not an all-time low. Where were they? Their all-time low was way back in November, but we're gonna start here in April because they got down to 5 cents. So again, this is why I'm bullish. So I'm telling you guys why I'm bullish and hopeful for the drip community, because Safuu was at 6 cents. We're still sitting at this 25, 23, and they had gotten all the way down to 0.009. But we're just going to start it from here because this is where the real hype started to accumulate. So this is where he started talking and teasing about the Safuu Go project, and Vulcan chain and all this stuff like that was already out there. But the hype, the speculation of what was coming was being teased here. And I think I showed you guys this in my Discord. Let me pull this up real quick so I can actually make these dates match up, and you'll see what I'm getting at, that it's all about forward-looking events and hype and being able to capitalize on that hype. And you can see the amount of volume that is coming when you do that properly. So Brian apparently is masterful at marketing. Like you can see it from his chart. So here we go. This is actually perfect right here. It lines up identical. Hold on. So before I pull that up, let's look here. We got April 2nd, 3rd time frame, right? So second, it's like 5. Can we zoom in? Let me see this a little closer, because this will make much more sense. So it's all-time low, not all-time low, but you'll see this news event. So about 0.06 cents. So 6 cents, 5 cents is where it starts to go off. Now, what happened at that time? Well, let's go to the Discord, because it's all timestamped. On the 2nd, Brian mentioned that basically they had some restructuring, right? And I don't know anything about the Safuu committee and all this other stuff or what happened before there, but it's irrelevant, because the point is it's all about news and speculation. So on the 2nd, he says, I am hereby delighted to announce that I am taking back the role of CEO and the reins of management. Then he goes in to talk about what he's going to be doing and some of the changes, yada, 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 right? And then about this new token, about some other stuff coming up. And then here's another announcement. Here's part 1 of 2 on the 5th. So there's another announcement, and he goes into more details. And he talks about now Safuu Go. And then he follows it up with the second part on the 5th, Safuu Go, right? And then again on the 7th. So he's telling everybody about this amazing thing he's doing. He's hyping it up. And we got basically a week of that. Well, what does the chart look like after that? Boom. So we go up to a easy double on by the 5th at that time. So up to 10 cents, people sell the news event, of course, but he keeps hyping it up. We go up to the 8th, the 9th, all this stuff. We're now up to a 4X from his all-time lows in 4 days. So from 6 cents to 24 cents. And then of course there are more announcements, you know, so I don't need to show you the rest of this to show you how the story ends, because he just keeps telling people about it and getting them excited about what's coming. And clearly they buy into it, right? So it's all about volume. So what happened once he put that out there, you could see the volume. So let's go back to the 6th. So he had a bunch of some sell the news events from his announcement. So he's taken over, and then people are like, all right, great, exit liquidity after somebody, you know, bought the token, they bought the dip. But he continues to give some hope and some hype, some hopium and all sorts of marketing and talking about it in Discord. So it goes up. We have 151,000 positive volume, 100,000, 400,000, kind of bounces around this 100 to 200 range. You get that sell off that I showed you guys about, but then you get another $1 million coming in on the 20th. Then of course people sell that pump. That makes perfect sense, but we keep going and you got to peer another 500,000. So all this is positive price action. And you can see that in the charts here. So there are dips, and that's to be expected. And that will happen to us because we have people holding liquid drip. So now when we look at the tokenomics, or at least just look at the tokens themselves, we know that drip has an infinite supply because it can mint indefinitely. If the tax vault is full, then it'll stop minting. But as of right now, we have 13 million in our total supply. And 5 million of that is in the contracts. And then that means the other 9 million is sitting outside somewhere in wallets. I think it says 7 million from the wallets, but a couple other contracts, maybe somewhere else. Doing quick math. Okay, that's 6 million. 3.2, yeah, 6. So another 7 million is sitting in wallets. So that adds up correctly because it is 13 million according to Telegram. So we have 7 million liquid drip, but we don't have a maximum supply. Now, Safuu, on the other hand, has about 14 million liquid liquid Safuu tokens, and they have a max supply of 3.25 billion. You can find that on their contract. If you take a look at that, you'll see here max. You just do a search for max for supply. You get the max unit 256 in what do you call that, units. So like the number placement value, and then you can go here 325 times 10 to the 7 zeros. So you get 3.25 billion, right? So they still have some room to mint if need be as well, but apparently whatever mechanics are in has stopped them from minting. So the point I'm getting at though is that they went from, if you look at their actual start date, they launched February 22nd. And since then, so just over a year, and they have now minted 61 million tokens. So they have 4 times the inflation that we have in half the amount of time that they've been live. So let that sink in for some hopium. They've been live half as long as us, roughly. Like I'm off by 2 months, but they've minted 4 times as much. And their token price right now is 5 times our token price. And their holders, I am going to say, is 3 times our holders, because there's no incentive to have multiple wallets on Safuu. And here's another one. Let this sink in. Their buy and sell tax is through the freaking roof. It's like 16% to buy, 14% to sell, or vice versa, something like that. Where is it? I don't even remember, but I just know it's ridiculous. Yeah, there you go. 14% to buy, 16% to sell. That's 30%. They got 10% more taxes than we do. Remember, you stake and you get paid your 1%. But yet, all of that aside, they are doing phenomenal to be up 12,000% from their all-time low. So again, this is a video to give you hope on what the drip community can do. Now, the only negative thing we have is that we don't have the same community size as Safuu, in my opinion. Other people would say there's 150,000 people in drip. I would strongly disagree. But either way, we do have a very strong and vocal community, because let this sink in. When you do a search for Brian Legend, you get 2,000 search volume and competition 16. Let's do Forex Shark. So these are our you get 2,000 search volume and 2.7 competition. Now let's do drip network. Watch this. Here's how much focus and attention's on drip. 57,000 search volume, 1.64 competition. And you would do Safuu, because that's their token, the comparative one, 20,000. So we have almost 3 times as much excitement, so to speak, for search volume. And if you do Safuu Go, it's even less. And if you put it all together, it's even worse than that, or it's a little higher. So the point is that we have the attention, we have the hype, we have the awareness, and here's Vulcan blockchain. So some people are maybe looking for that, 46,000. So that's a little better. So the point is that we have potential because they have a bigger community, but less engagement. They have inflated their token price way more than we have, and in half the amount of time. And they have a forward-looking event just like we do. So if that doesn't give you some food for thought, some hope, I don't know what will. So I still, again, believe in the drip token, the drip community, like the people of drip, because this is proof that you can rebound even from lower prices. So right now we're still up 96% from their all-time low. And they have since in 6 months gone up 12,000%. Think about that, 2,000% a month over the past 6 months. Like, who wouldn't take that from drip? I would love to see that. And that is just simply due to trading volume. Now, as of right now, there's not a lot of trading volume. And when you look at the recent trading volume on DEX tools, both of us are low. So this is drip. We have 10,000. So our buy volume 600 and 10,000 for sell volume, like just pennies compared to what is capable. And Safuu is sitting at strip again. Where's Safuu? Safuu is sitting at 21,000. So 56,000 in volume, 35,000 in buy. So the buys is what matters. So if we could have this positive buy volume, and even some of the higher volume that we saw on the drip price, showed you $1 million, 500,000, 700,000. And again, showing you a community that has that. That's why, again, I think this Go and drip vault, I think it's super smart. I don't care what you think about Brian and what your beliefs are. Him putting us in there and putting that liquidity up, I believe it will have positive price action for the drip community, because showing you the numbers, his community is loud and supportive. And regardless of what you may feel about him, they support him, and that's reflected by the price action, by the volume, by the fact that it rebound, by the fact that there are people getting into this project. Now, you have to ask yourself, why do you not see the same thing for drip? I can't give you that answer, but the charts tell you that something is going on one side of the fence and the other. And maybe if you are willing to check your ego and your emotions, we can learn something. Because as I said before, actions speak louder than words, and these are the only actions I'm looking to see. Positive price action. The rest just doesn't matter. So yeah, long story short, I'm positive, hopeful, especially with this Secret Squirrel drip game that will be coming out. You guys should be getting an AMA from the developers soon. And then depending on when this video releases, you'll also have a video that I'm putting together about this coming up. So I think this is the solution. The community has to build, and the community has to generate hype and momentum, because as you can see, when you do, positive things happen. But if you try to just wait for the best, then I don't know what to tell you, because history has shown me that that's not a good way to go about this. So, all right, that's all I got. Hope it provides some value. And if it did, smash that HBO special brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, live daily and achieve. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Spritz Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.